When did it cut off?
Like when you were talking about Detroit.
From host to the ghost.
I like him as the ghost.
I'm trying. I don't know how to be nice either.
Anyway, Jason, carry on.
Okay, want me to carry on from Detroit or below that?
Tampa Bay.
Are we live yet?
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah, so yeah, 6 we had Tampa Bay, and I mentioned that Jim Vieira, he's leading the team in goals, assists, points, plus minus, and I would say he's the heart and soul of the team, but apparently Tyler disagrees with me.
Well, I just want to let you know that this week.
I know.
He's asked me to play goalie a couple times this week, and like, how do you put someone that scores like on command in net? Like, if I played center, like, I would be so out of place. You can't like move him off of like scoring goals.
Oh no, you can, and he's still like I've played with Jim a couple times, and cool guy.
The thing with Tampa is I think we could put anyone in net right now. I think we could put little Timmy from South Park in a wheelchair in net and fucking win games. I'm sorry.
The sad thing is I could see some people taking that offensively.
Oh, dude, could they?
They probably could. Either way.
They can reach me through PM.
Okay, number 7, I had the Chicago Blackhawks.
Like, honestly, if snowflakes are ready, I offend any snowflakes, hit me up.
Hey, people are going to get offended no matter what, so who cares? Number 7, I have the Chicago Blackhawks. They had wins over San Jose and Ottawa, and they also added a Mr. Eric Joseph, formerly known as Hyper. I think he changed his PSN to McKinnon now.
Did he get an R2 button?
I don't know, but my note on this, and I said I don't think he's a terrible player. I know there was like something when we were with St. Louis that I don't know if he hated me or he thought I hated him. I didn't. But, if he plays the rest of the season with Chicago, I think they're a very dangerous team, and it would give Chicago one of the best forward cores.
With potentially Hyper,
well, him and Random Dude, obviously,
and
have
Rogo,
pretty good chemistry.
Rogo, Tom K.
JoJo, and Hyper, that is
and
probably
Lemmy.
a top 5 line. And all
yeah,
of
Random Dud. I said that's a scary line if he plays for him. Now, I hope he does, because, how can you say no to that?
I have one question. We're all the way down here, and I feel like there's one team that doesn't get a lot of love, and it's Columbus. Are they in your top 8?
Columbus was actually number 8.
Perfect. Because I don't think Tim gets a lot of love for that team he created over there.
Tim's so cute. Don't we
Tim
love
and
Tim?
Sink over there, they created an underground rocket. I'll let you keep going. I'll wait for them.
We actually mentioned teams that surprised us. I think Columbus, we should have mentioned Columbus earlier, because they are a team that I did not expect to be as high as they are.
But they're so quiet. They're like Detroit. Detroit just goes in and wins. They don't talk shit. They're never in any chats. Like, you never see Columbus in the middle of anything. They're quiet. They just go in and don't talk shit. They're a good team.
Speaking of not being so humble, I've seen a couple things from the manager's chat of Arlie being not so polite to some fellow owners, aka Jason. But that's just who Arlie is, so we'll get over it.
Yeah,
that's actually who I am as well sometimes. So we'll have to get
I know,
over that
I know,
as well.
Tyler. I know you both do it out of love, though.
Sometimes.
But yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I talk out my butt. And I deserve
I'm like,
it. So
how far is Jason from me? But then I get over it.
But my main reason for ranking Columbus 8th is, and we can post the later rankings, whatever. But they beat Pittsburgh, and that put them in the first place. So I think last I checked, they were a point ahead of Pittsburgh now because of that win.
Yeah,
so
it's
they
a
are in first
tight
place.
battle, and Savage is playing really good in net for them. He's 14-4. Chachi over there, 10-7. I think they're holding it down back there pretty well.
Now, I did post one funny one. I thought it was actually a great stat. But they are not even my top 10. They're my number 11th one. Mind if I mention it?
Is it Toronto?
No, it is. Toronto didn't even make my top 16.
Oh, they're 8-2. They're like on an 8-game winning streak.
Yeah, but that was before.
Pretty bad. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was before Monday though. So I mean.
Let me hear your teams.
Okay, number 11. I thought this was hilarious because I posted the Boston Bruins. They don't get a lot of love. They probably should, but right now they're 25-14-1. Want to know what their record is, not including Tampa Bay or San Jose?
Yeah, let's hear it.
25-8-1. That's their record without facing those two teams.
Not to be
Okay,
a little bit
but
of
you're
a
gonna need to
jerk
face
here.
those teams to win. So
We've played Boston
they can be like
3
the real life
times.
San Jose Sharks.
We've played Boston 3 times, and they haven't finished a game with us, or they finished 1 game with us. Not to be that guy.
Yeah, but I mean, heck, you look at. I think they've lost 3 to us and then lost 3 to Tampa, but I mean that's still a really solid team. It just because I think they a couple weeks ago beat Ottawa. I'd have to look that up just to double check and make sure, but not a team to take lightly. Yeah, that is my top 8, and I will post a top 32 and even a top 16 here in the near future.
Just looking at standings right now in the East, so we got Ottawa at 1, Columbus at 2 because they're leading their division. Detroit is the 3 seed currently. Pittsburgh's 4, Tampa's 5, Boston 6, Toronto 7, Rangers are 8. Just sitting on the outside, we got the 7 and 8. So let's see, Toronto's 51, Rangers are 50. Then 9, 10, and 11, we got the Devils at 49, the Hurricanes at 49, and the Caps at 48. How do you guys think this season finishes?
I might make a bold prediction here. I think the Capitals might miss the playoffs.
I don't think that's that bold.
Well,
Oh, sorry. Very opinionated here. Sorry.
They lost obviously one of the best goalies of all time to ever come to FB in Seoul. They lost Noodles. They lost.
How did they just lose him to waivers for nothing?
Wow. Seoul and Noodles actually wanted a trade, which I don't think Hank should have ever done. That was kind of goofy of him because he lost a very reliable goalie. And then
reliable.
just looking at their roster, I don't see 2 guys that obviously were a lot of their offense. And Pokecheck and Asa Juicy J, they're like number 1, number 2.
They're number 1, number 2 in points. Or Juicy's number 1 in points.
Yep.
How?
Just looking at their roster.
Who's he playing against? How's he have that many assists?
I'm talking drop-ins.
I'm looking at the stats. He's got 21 games, 153 points. That kid Juicy, like, it's one to get 5 goals, 13 assists, 21-1 against Montreal. Congrats, Montreal, for staying to
You're
the
looking
end.
at GC.
You fucking watch your talking about Montreal.
You're looking at the wrong guy, Tyler.
That's the weird thing about Montreal, though. Montreal, they'll beat the very good teams, but they'll lose to like the teams they shouldn't.
Well, if they have Corey_17, things are about to change. That's all I gotta say.
They're missing like 1 or 2 pieces, and they can make the playoffs, I think.
Fucking yeah, you guys gotta take it easy on my abs.
Yeah, Tampa's done trading for the year. I think we have our line. Matthew wants to switch over to center, maybe. He could be our number 1 center one day, eventually. Or they just win with Jim every time.
Alright. Just looking at top 10 and player stats right now, we got GC 31 from the Rangers. We got J Money Prelude Z. Osama Bin Stabin, Maniac Seb, Fresher Than, Kesley, Nuxie, Zadina, Dallaire, Batherson. Obviously, everybody on here to me is a good player. I recognize all the names. The only name that I question is obviously GC. Just looking at his stats, some of the teams like he played Ottawa. He played Colorado. He played Dallas. A good Dallas before they folded.
But I also like to scrub hunt as well.
He played Detroit. He played LA and lost. He beat Detroit. He beat Dallas.
I'm just saying, I put myself against teams that are weaker because I like to get points, but I don't even get them. I don't even get points. I have like 17 points. I don't get them, but I try. It's my only chance.
Good guys that are doing it, like let them do their thing, bro. They want to pad their stats.
He's a better scrub hunter. Juicy, you're a much better scrub hunter. I'm sorry, I'll admit it.
Ooh.
Hartman, are you looking at standings right now?
No, I'm looking at player stats. I'm looking at it. You want to look at standings?
Yes. Who do you think top 8 in the West is for playoffs? Potential playoff matchups.
Potential playoff. Edmonton. Edmonton surprised me. They had a hot start and then kind of faded off, but now their name's coming back in. I can tell you that I think Vegas is probably going to hop in and Dallas is going to hop out, if we're being honest, and Vancouver's probably going to slide up above Harley's team. They're probably going to have some locker room issues in about 2-3 weeks. Just usually happens with Harley. So I think the top 3 teams in the West, the Kings, the Avs, and the Sharks are going to battle it out with Vancouver, and Edmonton may be surprising. And Vegas as well. Vegas also added Peyton and goalie gods. CMS, or not CMS, he's the less better one. Peyton is... you don't think Sens is better than CMS?
I've played with both. It's a hard topic. I love Peyton. He was on my threes team. We backpacked Montreal, or not Montreal. We backpacked Toronto and fucking beat the best team in threes 3 times.
Yeah, he's about to backpack Vegas into the playoffs. So that's all I'm about to say.
Sorry, Campo, if you're seeing this. Dumo, Keelan, any of you guys?
Not sorry to anyone.
It was a good series. Had fun. Enjoyed it.
Wonderful.
What's your potential finals matchup, Hartman?
It's honestly like there's still a half a season left. It's who doesn't fold.
If you had betting odds right now.
I'm just saying. I think one of the top 3 teams in each division, in at least 1 out of 6, is gonna fold.
What do you think Vegas betting line odds
it always
are
happens.
right now?
It always happens, and then I'm gonna just swoop right in and be the best team in the East. That's how I see it in Fairy Tale Land.
Fucking right, go for gold.
That's how I see it in my head. But it might not happen that way, so who knows? There's a lot, I know. I know. That's... Okay. What are your thoughts, Corey?
My thought, I don't even know who half the fucking teams have. I just came back. My thoughts, fuck, whoever wins, like, good for you, dude. I'm a 2-time champion. Awesome.
You're the guy that says, I hope both teams have fun. Fuck you.
Exactly, I'm a snowflake. Yeah, fucking right by.
I'm just gonna backpack you to a fucking cup. Sorry.
Hartman,
okay. Back to it.
Hartman.
Wow.
Yeah. So I know you're obviously a big guy that likes to bet, especially since you were just in Vegas throwing money down like it was nothing. And we talk about you obviously betting a lot. We see your pictures of you betting a lot. I know I just kind of asked you this and you didn't answer.
Damn.
You didn't answer, but if smart money right now in Vegas,
your gambling addiction on blast.
Smart money, I'd put San Jose at even money and Ottawa at plus 100. If I had to do final NHL standings, that would it would just have to be even money with
San
Jake
Jose
and Mike
for
back.
the cup or Ottawa just? What do you mean?
I'd say like if you bet $50, you would win 48 on San Jose, like minus 100. You don't get your money back, but you guys don't gamble a lot. Fuck all you. Yeah, sorry. I think that Ottawa and San Jose have the better odds to you gambling speds.
Fucking gambling.
Yeah.
You should on blast.
Get me a bookie or get me a Hank.
I heard you.
Talk gambling all day.
When they come in, make sure their voices are allowed to be heard.
Okay, are we having a guest? We're having guests come in.
Yes, we are bringing
We actually
in.
had someone replace Datsy, who was so rude to us.
Yeah,
Once
that
again,
was really
Some of you may know him as Trump X. I know him as Panarin.
I want to have him be Trump this time. Sorry. We're not political, but Trump.
Yeah, no, you can't get to it. No. Pretty political with fucking so much shit. You know how much heat there's gonna be after this, guys? Whew, you put so much people on blast tonight. Give me some heat. Harley's gonna be pissed.
No one's gonna be spared.
Do we have any music? TK, can you sing?
Hmm?
Sing.
Yeah, we heard you're the songbird of our generation.
Yeah.
Look who it is.
Hi guys, how's it going?
Can you introduce yourself to our viewers?
I am
Can you
Ghost
introduce
Pepper.
yourself to our viewers?
And I had to.
1989.
To our listeners.
Pep, do you have your share on so
I
people can hear
do.
your voice?
Trump, you got your
I do,
voice
I do.
on, you cutie?
Yeah, I think so. Let me make sure before I say anything incriminating. Yeah.
We haven't had one very unprofessional slang word said yet.
Perfect.
Okay.
So,
Welcome
Pepin?
to the show. Welcome to the first episode of the podcast. It's been a little shaky. I apologize to all the viewers or listeners that
A
have to
little
listen to
shaky
me.
because you have TK on it.
Hey, Trump,
Yeah,
why don't
I blame TK.
Trump
I'm
kick
good with that.
Legos?
Please don't blame me.
Sure.
So we were just discussing Ottawa's odds at actually winning. I was saying they're right behind San Jose. Pep, what are your thoughts?
San Jose is pretty good.
What,
I'd have
you're really
to,
gonna be modest? Stop being so modest.
Yeah,
You're on a
you can be
podcast.
biased
Talk about
if you
yourself.
want. It's a,
Oh my god.
This is not
No,
PG.
San Jose is good. I don't know if I can put us ahead of them. I think we're even at best, but we're very good ourselves.
Pep, if you had
Yeah.
to determine what a potential Game 7 Stanley Cup final lineup would be if we met each other in the finals, what would your lineup be if you had to just take a wild guess?
Ooh,
Don't tell him,
I'd
Pep.
have to say Cohen, CJ Dots, Skin Nasty, RB Cresser, me, and Net.
Oh, you're taking the starting role. You don't have
Yeah.
a Marsh though.
No, we don't have a match.
Yeah.
I try my best. He's the Yoda to my Luke Skywalker.
Well, you're
So-
lucky enough to have him in your life.
Exactly. He's a fantastic person. He also set up the roster sheet I used.
Hey, give us your best Yoda. Come on. You mentioned it. Now you gotta do it.
Oof.
Don't be a bitch.
Use the Force.
Corey, come on,
Be a
man.
bitch. No, come on. What the
no,
fuck?
you
Why? We'll try.
interrupted.
Everybody can try Yoda. Come on, do Yoda. Good. Go.
Use the Force. You must.
Yeah, there you
that
go.
was good. That was so
Sounds
good.
good. I like that.
That was actually better than I could do.
I was like,
That was-
not
I've
expecting
never
it to
heard
be
that
that good.
before,
It's better than I could.
I'm not gonna lie. I've done that one in the mirror in the bathroom.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know
that was
you
good.
did, motherfucker.
I wish I
Pepin,
could you do it
You're
tomorrow.
Star
Pepin,
Wars
why
guy.
don't you
Everybody
make a
does that
TikTok
shit.
about it, buddy?
Oh,
No,
that's a little bit
God.
harder.
He's a little too old for TikTok. They
Yeah.
knock on his door
I
when
mean-
you're
Yeah.
over
I don't know if
25.
anybody's been really on TikTok. I don't know what you guys see on there, but
Yeah, when you're over 25, they come with handcuffs.
it's kind of awkward.
Exactly.
I feel like I'm being washed watching those videos.
Please, officer, I didn't mean to go on TikTok.
Yeah, right? I heard it was like fine.
Okay, I'm sorry. If
That was
anyone's
a
in
great
the law
Yoda, by the way.
enforcement,
I'm
please
proud he
don't.
did
I
that.
really don't
And I
have
knew you could-
TikTok.
I knew you could do a fucking Yoda. This guy mentions a Star Wars reference. This motherfucker's been doing Chewbacca all his life.
If you had a chance,
Oh, look at that! See,
That
would you
one-
have Star Wars night in Ottawa if you could every night?
Oh, Hundo, you would.
If
Who
we
would
go
you
what?
dress up as? If there was like a Star Wars night for you fuckers in Ottawa, who would you
I
dress
actually,
up
I once dressed up as Yoda. There's a
nice.
picture of me dressed up as Yoda.
I dressed up as an
You're
Oompa
too
Loompa
tall.
for Halloween one time. It was pretty elite. I had the hair,
I'm
had
5
the
foot
costume.
I'm 5'5", so I'm definitely gonna have to go with either Yoda or
Nice.
R2D2.
Yeah, I was gonna say R2D2 would be a good option.
One of the two tinier
R2 would
ones.
probably get you the most bitches, to be honest.
Don't worry, I'll be your Chewbacca any day.
Yeah, you'd be
But if we're
great.
going by looks, then I'm definitely either Chewbacca or Jabba the Hutt. One of those two.
This guy's saying Jabba the Hutt.
Tree left stage. Oh, sorry.
Just when he has his Goldie pads on.
Exactly.
So what's
Oh,
going
man.
on your team? Can you tell us any inside secrets? What's going on in the locker room, Pep?
Well, the locker room's very good. We have some big guns,
Just a
but
couple hours ago, we all sung "Smack That" as a team.
yes, that's true too.
Who took the lead? Who
Oh, that was definitely
those
CJ
Datsy.
and Datsy.
take the lead there,
Datsy.
but not on our podcast? I see how it is,
Datsy
Datsy.
was the "Smack That" guy. He would say "Smack That," and CJ would say the line.
Yeah, CJ's another beast. He's an absolute
CJ
gem in the locker
Snipes?
room. Yeah,
Oh, that guy is a beast. That's everything.
I've never heard his voice, but I feel like I've been talking to him for all my
He's
life.
a cool dude.
right.
Funny guy on Discord too.
He's really good, and he's awesome in the locker room.
Yeah. Pretty decent.
So just a question for you. Obviously, you got a lot of LG biggies like Nexi. Obviously, Nexi's disgustingly good. You got CJ. You got Reed. Cresser, Skin. Has egos been a problem for you guys at all?
Not at all. Not toxicity wise. No.
I think Lanny has the biggest ego in the room.
Like,
He might not cheating.
That's gotta be a lie. We got so many more egos in Tampa. You got, come on, let's be honest. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I feel like
no
there's
egos.
We're all friends.
No,
French
Like
people
Kevin
can't have
Neck?
egos. They don't have emotion. Oh,
We're all French.
Too married?
not French. Sorry.
they all like each other. I've never seen them hate on each other. They hate us. It's true. Hello,
Hey, Pat.
guy.
what's up?
Who is the one team besides obviously Detroit that you fear the most in the East?
What up, baby?
Tampa.
Fear no one.
Tampa?
You don't have to ask me that twice. I played against Jim's line 2 friggin' times, and I don't want to do that. Or 3 times, sorry, and I don't ever want to do that again.
And the next time he'll be there too, Pep. Don't worry.
Like, we played Jim on a back-to-back on a Friday, and from playing that against him, I literally couldn't think for the next 2 hours because of the L2.
How stoned were you? How
Hey,
stoned were you?
Well, I mean, it's implanted in my blood now, so I'd say that's 24/7.
Yeah, he's chronic.
Yeah, I played those 2 games against Jim and Peace. That was probably the most my thumbs have moved.
Yeah.
What would you say about the other goalie in the 8-6 game that you guys won? Would you say that he deserves to be off TC in LG CHL right now?
He did very well for playing the line that we put against him. And
If anyone needs an LG TC goalie, I'm available. Platypus124. Thank you.
massive,
He
massive
takes
cojones too.
he takes pictures of Speedos on boardwalks.
Oh my god, I got videos for days. I'll commentate. I'll do anything you want. Just give me a spot on your team, please. Okay, now back to the podcast. I'm sorry, I can't do that in public.
You can't advertise yourself like that.
In the West, Pep, obviously, like us, but not us. If you had to pick a team, who?
Other than you, Colorado. Colorado's really good.
No LA, huh?
LA.
LA's also another
LA.
one. They got Delorme. And they got Nazi, I believe.
If you had to play a 7-game series,
Hakim.
if you had to play a 7-game series, who would you rather face, Colorado or LA?
Colorado. Colorado way.
Oh, I'd say Colorado.
Interesting.
I love Colorado management, but LA are a bunch of BBs too.
Hey Pep, do you think we need TK back in the managers chat next season?
I think we need him back right now.
Now that's a controversial statement. I mean, we let Hartman back in, so we can't be biased.
They did let me back in a couple times.
I don't know how the fuck they always get back.
So, yeah.
Well,
I think you've definitely proved yourself
Thank
this
you.
season for sure. You're doing
Yeah, I
a
know. I
fantastic
haven't
job.
been toxic like at all.
Nope, not at all.
I've been. Jordan, on the other hand, 4 teams and now he's on waivers.
He does.
Yeah, but they can only pick them up as a package. You can only claim nudes and soul at the same time.
Yeah,
Nothing else
you want,
will be
You want the
approved.
top pair in the league called Noodles.
They
and
only
Soul
come as a
Plane?
pair, just a heads up if you're looking to sign them. You can't sign them without the pair.
I am Noodles
It will not
and
be
Soul
approved
Plane's.
and I will protest.
I am Noodles.
Jordan's.
I am Noodles and Soul Plane's agent. I will take calls for them.
Hey, where's
Jordan's
Nudes?
memes.
Does he want to come in and say just hello and then we can end it? I'm sorry, did he want to say a word?
Kill me.
Yeah, isn't he supposed to have like his little?
Yeah, doesn't he have a catchphrase?
He's working.
Gotta support the podcast. See, we gotta have one of us out there working. We have 2 people out there. Marsh is actually out there working as well.
Motherfuckers out there grinding.
FaceTime? The Western reporter.
Just as a whole, Pep, like, obviously there's a lot of controversy season 7, and I don't really have to say it, you know. Everybody here knows what went down with that whole mess and how a lot of people got banned and a lot of people quit. I'm not sure, I wasn't around season 8, so I don't know how things went, like, with teams and the political aspect as much, like, with, obviously, Hank and Steve and Shane, but... Like, this season, it just seems more positive than ever.
It is. I'll tell you one thing. Hank was literally the person at the start of this season that said, we need to get the Moranas back. He was the person who said that. And it's been working out pretty good.
You're welcome,
Yeah,
Hank,
for San Jose, you dickhead.
Because they definitely are good for our league.
Yeah, it's been so great for all the other teams that get to face him. Thanks, Pep. Thanks, Hank.
Yeah,
You've been a real
seen
fucking
that when we
trooper.
lost about 9-0 last Thursday?
So with the big names, like, obviously, J Claus coming FB, that is very big.
3 games, that's not that big.
No, but I'm
bigger shits
saying
than 3 games.
him obviously playing, like, actually coming over here and playing, that's very big for FB.
Yeah,
that just
shows players.
It gives the league a little bit more credibility and shows, like, you know, some of the other guys, like Nexy's another one that came over from LG to come play here. Like, just them big names. Do you see in the future with a little bit better, like, obviously, advertising and things like that? Do we see potentially bigger names coming? Or is this kind of a cap?
100% I see more people coming. We're already starting to do it.
More people show up after them.
Yep. And like
Who's your next
said,
waiver target that I could target before you? Sorry.
Can we get a little insight at what next season's going to look like with the potential salary cap?
Oh, that will be interesting. That'll be good. That's going to make it much more even, I think.
Now,
But
if
we'll have to...
like more bigger names come to the league, will you increase the salary cap or let it stay the same to accommodate them?
We'd probably increase it. Me and Shane still have to talk about the salary cap.
That's gonna
But,
be fun for your brains.
Or would you try to keep it the same in order to try to increase the parity?
I
only
think
invite
parity's a big
Can't really
thing.
stack a team.
The thing with our league, though, is sometimes when the bigger names don't get on the team they want, they just leave. That's the problem.
So how do you guys combat that and avoid it?
But I agree. Like, if someone signed up just to stack a team, like, and say, for example, Arlie takes them and just does what he wants, like, I would do the same thing. I'm just telling you. I would do the same exact thing. If they're good players, they should play on my team. It's a league. Like, you don't get to pick where you play.
Yep.
You missed the draft, you missed the sign-up time. Play where you're fucking signed.
Yep, and that's what...
Every other league does it. I don't know why we have to do it.
We
that's
don't accommodate
why-
to the players. They missed the draft. They missed where you could be assigned to any team you want. Like, you missed it.
And I
Possibly you
hate to
could
sound
penalize.
like an arsehole, but I've been banning everybody who's quitting, so that's another thing that we're doing this season. They're getting the 2-season ban if they quit, and
I've had a couple of those.
Have you guys been kind of like... Haven't heard very much about bans this season, or people getting suspended. How's that aspect going? Obviously, I'm on DC's, but just like as a whole, I don't... From what I can remember, I don't think there's been a lot of bans or suspensions this season.
just for quitting mainly. And those come through the waivers, like the waiver document that the GM or owner fills out. They put whether the player's gone inactive or quit.
Did you get one for Corey_17 by chance? Because he's on the podcast live.
That lad was inactive though, so
Where do you think Soul Plane 4 lands?
I'm not handing out bans for inactive. Those guys go on an inactive list, and they can still
come
be
back.
claimed in waivers, but they're they're high risk players, you know?
Yeah, they are.
So
Active person in the league.
Yeah, Soul's pretty active. I'd say he's one of the more active guys in the league.
he's like an FBHL hooker.
He's an FBHL legend,
that's a good
and
title.
you just gotta
I
give
was
him a
gonna
chance.
say, Noodles and Soulplane have been passed around more this season than Tyler has in his life.
That's really accurate.
That's very accurate. That's scary accurate.
I know. Wow. It hurt. Tying the rope.
You trying to find an owner that likes doing what?
Joel is looking for a team of fellowship. He's looking for the camaraderie. He's looking to be a part of
the canoodling.
every aspect.
The
Pick him up on waivers
that's
for free.
another big word. You're on fire tonight, dude.
I know. I used the dictionary before this.
Good job. I'm proud of you.
I counted.
Just
What was the other one? You said a really good one. The fuck was it? I think it's
Now you're asking me to remember the big words
Yeah, I
that
know,
you
that's
congratulated me on? Like,
That's
I think it's recorded live.
Yeah.
Alright.
Go back and be like, I remember it.
Okay, I think we're done.
yeah, just kind of toning it down. Sorry, this was kind of shit. Everybody watching, but we'll get better.
I loved it.
Have you watched it from the start?
Yep.
Pretty interesting. I think we're rookies, but we'll figure it out.
I
Once
think
we
you
bring-
guys are doing an awesome job.
We gotta get
you so
the
much.
goat of media. We gotta get White Knucklers in here because he's smart and has a head on
That
him.
would be
Like,
fantastic.
where's
Yep.
Jason, man? Jason's been dead for like the last half hour.
I've been
No, I'm just
listening.
kidding.
Oh, there he is.
I've been sitting here the whole entire time. I've just been listening.
Alright, well. Pep,
Watching everything burn to the ground.
Pep and Panarin, thanks for joining. You guys are
Yeah.
wonderful people.
Thanks for coming out tonight.
Most importantly, remember, everybody have fun and be respectful and just enjoy it.
Aw.
These guys were nice enough to make this for us, so we could at least respect them.
And don't do drugs.
And remember, most importantly, go Sharks. Oof.